welcome back. It is the Danny Dot Podcast. Life update, I leave for Thailand in 7 days. More specifically, I'm going to China in 7 days. Never gets old. This feels insane, but only because I'm actually not ready, and I had until this morning to cancel the whole thing, basically. I have payments leaving my account for hotels, and I just thought, look, worst comes to worst, we're pulling the pin by the 5th of May, and here we are. So it's happening. This past week, as of Tuesday last week, was so chaotic. It's not even my chaos. I was just supporting my family, but I'm low-key exhausted. Not going to lie, hands are cold, runny nose, which is annoying because the 75 medium is meant to promise that your immunity gets kicked up a notch because, you know, you're putting so much goodness into your body over 75 days. I don't know what happened there, but I fell down a bloody, I don't know. I just got sick. I don't even know how. And don't get me started on travel insurance and more specifically scooters. I have officially given up researching the grey lines, the black and white sort of policy text. Oh my God, it's not even just happening. I really don't know what to do. So yeah, look, I am trying to keep it together before takeoff next Wednesday, but I just have to go with the flow, right? Yeah. So anyway, eventful week last week. I don't know if you've noticed, but just before the podcast recorded, I got some pretty shit news. It doesn't involve me, but I had to be there for support just because I love my family and it wasn't to do with them. They just got pulled along because we are homeowners and it was terrible. I'm not going to go into details just because it's not my shit, but yeah, it's been a lot. And honestly, like my mum just having a complete breakdown over everything just because we don't know how the judicial system works and how one person can just tip your whole life upside down and just cause so much chaos. But tell you what, this person is so hated in the community that karma will bite them in the freaking ass. I don't have to do anything about what they've done. I just have to be there moving forward for my mum and my brother because, yeah, look, last week was a lot. I actually kind of had a bit of a hard time just because we are 35 minutes apart in car driving time. So I kind of just didn't know what to do last week. It was one of those things. Do I go to my brother's house and hang out or am I in the way? Like, obviously, I try to do as much as I can for, like, my support techniques, which is unfortunately cracking jokes and feeding them with stupid shit. So I left it till, I think it was Saturday. I went over on Saturday. And I think it kind of, like, gave me a bit of a reprieve just to see them in person, hug my mum, and give my brother a big squishy hug. And I actually took pizzas, which is funny because I don't really eat pizzas that often. So I went to Pizza Hut. I used the app. I got a meal deal. And then I got there. And then the guy at the Pizza Hut, he gave me extra. I didn't think anything of this extra pizza. So I just sort of said, oh, we've got this extra. Have it in the fridge. Have it for dinner. I don't care. My brother ate it that night. He said it was the most spiciest thing he's ever had in his life, and he thought it was Hawaiian, but it had chili flakes on top, and he was sweating. But I think when you've gone through something like as a collective unit, like me, my mum, and my brother, and then, you know, it's difficult because you don't want to say the wrong thing and rack everyone up and make it just an uneasy situation. But it was just a lot for me to, like, see my family and just give them the hug and feed them up and then leave again. I was like, oh, you know, everything's all fine. And then on Monday at 2:00, it really wasn't fine because the police turned up at the house and, oh, it was just like, I really wish I could go into detail, but the lawyer says I shouldn't. So yeah, maybe at the end of the podcast series, I'll give you guys a heads in as to what happened. But yeah, it's been a lot, and I just kind of wanted to leave this here and just sort of say, Jesus, if you can survive this and get on a plane next week, you can survive bloody anything. Because, I mean, I did say to Mum and Tom I could cancel it, and Mum was very strict in saying, you're not cancelling your trip, you're going. We have got so much to look forward to watching you travel through Thailand and see all the things you've been talking about. And, you put so much effort into researching and getting into the whole, like, learning about their culture and traditions and stuff. So, no, we do need to get you on the plane. It's just hard. It's like, I'm going to be so far away if anything happens. But I think with what happened yesterday, it only just kind of gave us a little bit more clarity in a few things, and it made us feel a little bit more at ease, because it was a little bit messy and there was a lot of unknown shit. And I just sat there like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? None of us know the judicial system. None of us know, what the capabilities are of certain people when they fuck shit up. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll become more open and telling you about this as we sort of push through the series, and I can because the lawyer says I can, but for now I just can't. So anyway, there's a reason behind my hesitation right now. I apologize, but moving on, I just need to be with my family sometimes and support where support is needed, even if I do crack jokes and bring inappropriate food. 7 days till Thailand. Oh, I just can't even deal. I feel like I've been thinking about this and sort of on the fence, and then booking, and then oh my gosh, what am I doing? It's now here, and I'm thinking, it's surreal. I'm going overseas and I have so much to do still. I actually cannot make any decisions with travel insurance. My big thing here is that I want to ride a scooter in Koh Samui. I don't have an international driver's license. Yet all the policies all seem to say you can't have coverage if you don't have an international driver's license, and the scooter has to be under 250cc's engine size. Well, I'm sorry, but what is that? So it's like all the times I've driven a scooter in Bali and I haven't really cared, and now I'm getting older and I just kind of have this whole devil on my shoulder going, just go, just book the scooter. And yet the angel on my shoulder is like, you don't have coverage. What if you die? Look, I've seen all the news articles about when people pass away riding scooters in other countries and how they can't bring the bodies home, and it's this big financial implication on the families, rah. But yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. It's like, do you want to pay $89 on top of your policy to potentially not be covered because you don't have an international driver's license if something goes wrong? But then all the other times it's happened in Bali, and I actually have been arrested in Bali for not having an international driver's license. You'd think I'd learn, but I haven't. But yeah, I don't know. It just sits on your conscience, and I want to have a good time, but it's like, God damn it. If Koh Samui wasn't such a big island, it wouldn't be an issue, but I really just wanted to get away on my scooter and just go for a blat and just see the island. Apparently it takes 2 hours to get around, so maybe I just hire a Thailand person and they can just take me around all the good local spots. I don't have to do it myself. There's that. But yeah, I hate travel insurance, you guys. That fine line between you're covered and you're not, and how, travel insurers could get it. They could decline coverage for something that, you think you're covered for. And even to take my iPhone. My iPhone is a prized possession. Don't get me wrong, everyone's phones are, but it's okay. So I thought my phone was worth something, and then I looked at it and I was like, okay, so maybe it's not. So now I'm just thinking I don't really need to have extra coverage for my phone because it's not worth what I thought it was. Anyway, I will get that organised. It's on my to-do list, and I started doing it today, and then I got overwhelmed, and here we are. So anyway, I am absolutely done with researching this trip. It's off the books. I'm just absolutely going to go with the flow. There is literally nothing else I could possibly find out or worry about without actually being there. I feel like I'm at my absolute limit with finding out about these places. Now it's just a case of going and finding out for myself. I have kind of deep dove on the language and some cultural things. I'm not really going for the mountains or the temples in Thailand. I have mountains here and I don't need to see temples because I'm not interested. If anything, I'm probably more interested in Buddhas because they're interesting, but temples, not so much. So yeah, I'm not really, I've got a few things written down, but I'm not going to keep going with it. I started to freak myself out just because of Koh Phangan, where they have full moon parties. There's quite a lot of crime. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, what if I like go all that way and I lose my purse or something? But these things aren't going to happen because I'm quite, mature in a sense. Like, I'm not going to go down a street that's not well lit. I'm not going to put myself into situations where something could happen. I'm so organized like that. But this one video that I saw where people were putting drug powders into bucket cocktails, and I was thinking, oh, for goodness sakes, you're not even going to see that. All of a sudden, you're just going to be like, oh, I've got no legs. I can't feel my legs. So, yeah, I need to stop thinking and looking into these things because it's making me a little bit uncomfortable. Honestly, I feel like out of the 9 flights and, 9 flights and I think it's like 11 hotels, maybe. There's honestly just, it's mostly just me wandering around. Like, I honestly feel like I'm just going to go and see things and not really like spend too much time. Like, some people say, oh, I've spent 4 years on this island and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm actually going just to see if I like it, and then I'll be back with, maybe turning 40 over there. I don't know. So, yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, last Friday, with all the stuff that had happened with my family, I hit a bit of a wall that morning. I was just inconsolable. I kept crying. It was horrible. It's like the emotions just fell out of me, and I was holding on for so long. I did so well. But no, so I messaged my friend who, yes, she is my neighbour, but she's more my friend than my neighbour. And I just said, look, mate, I'm having a bit of a bad week. Do you mind if I pop over and tell you? She was so good, like literally just, oh my God, what's happened? Come over right now. And I was like, okay. So I did. And I offloaded a little bit, and it made me feel better just because I was more or less just talking about, this thing is it felt enormous to me, but then to talk it out, I was like, God, why am I worried? We've got a bloody lawyer. Anyway, by 2:00, she was saying to me, do you want to go for a wine? And I was like, oh my God, I actually think I'm way too emotional to even have a wine. And that is saying something, because I will put wine just, that's like the thing you reach for when you're just, what the frig do I do in life next, But no, I was like, oh, I had pretty much lived in a hoodie and track pants the whole week. I don't even think I really had a shower, to be fair. I was so like, what the hell is going on? So I said to her, look, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go and have a shower, pull myself together, make myself feel like 10% better than I do, and I will come back and see what happens. And we actually ended up making a plan that was something that I suppose when you're going through something and you're just like, what do you want to do? It's not what you should normally do. You kind of throw yourself into this weird, what should I do that would make me feel like I'm in a different situation? So for us and our lack of bars and things in Cromwell, I ended up at the other bar, which I don't like. It's sterile and weird. But I actually had a really good time. It was like this weird environment where I just kind of sat there and I was eating pizza and having hot chips and having my beers. They did this promotion with a bucket of Corona, so it was like different for me because normally I have a bottle of wine at my other bar. So yeah, I was kind of like not really concentrating just because everything else was different, and it felt really good. And subsequently, I did make it to the other bar, which is fine. I'd had a couple of drinks by then, so I wasn't so emotional. I hadn't seen people that I needed to talk to about the situation. So it was up to me if I wanted to tell people. So obviously I am a little bit closer to the older generation that goes to the other local. And I did kind of offload a little bit, but I held it together. I just kind of got it off my chest, and a few people looked at me and went, holy fuck, Danny, I don't even know how you're coping. And I was like, well, I'm not. And yeah, look, I did talk to the bar owner about the situation that happened the previous week with the young girl and the alcohol in the van and everything else. And I got such good love and support that I did the right thing. It's not that I was worried. I just sort of thought, oh my God, am I in a twilight zone here? Like, should I be worried that I've made a bad choice here and, bringing this up or whatever? But the bar owner said to me, I just love how you care so much for the establishment, Danny. It's like you're not going to have anyone compromise the fact that we do have a courtesy coach in the community for this reason. I don't need some jacked up child who is like about to turn of age to even drink near in the first place drinking so recklessly that they've been told to leave and then take a drink with them. Like, no. And a few people said to me, like, what were you worried about her taking the drink in the van? I said, there's nothing worse than getting to the end of the night, getting in the van, and there's a wet patch. Could be alcohol, could be piss, we don't know. I don't sit in the back seat for that reason. You won't catch me in the back seat. If I'm in the back seat, mate, I've had tequila shots and I'm too far gone. So yeah, I'm not saying that people piss in the van or whatever, but it was just more of a, like, this is what I think happens. So, yeah, I was, caring a little bit for that, and it bit me in the ass. But honestly, I feel so much better for getting rid of them as friends in my life. And even the people that I'm close to in this community that I've told are just like, yeah, they're scum. Why the hell are you even hanging out with them? And I was like, I don't know. They're not my friends. But yeah, in saying that, more or less, I'm more proud of the fact that I care about myself that much that I don't want that shit in my life, that I'm strong enough to remove it, but also to take a step back and be like, no one's going to piss me off and make me feel like I am like not a good friend. I'm like the best friend to have. And if I'm on the fence about any part of this friendship, you can tell straight away, whether it's the fact that, I am a Taurus, my star sign is a Taurus, I'm stubborn as shit, but I care so much that once you're on the other side of that fence of like, are we friends or aren't we friends? Nah, there's like, you're not getting away from me as my friend because I care a lot about you and I'll tell you. Whereas this other situation, I was like, there's something not right about these people. I never really let them in. I couldn't. It was weird. I've just felt an ick, a constant red flag. So it was weird. And then all of a sudden it was like when I was honest about it and people that knew of them were saying things like, it's just, this is bad and that's bad. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, why didn't anyone tell me? And, because we thought you were friends. No, I'm not. I'm really not. But yeah, I pride myself on the fact that I can pick and choose when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm good with some things, but some things I'm like, hell to the no. And that was one of them. Anyway, I think I've gone off on a tangent here a little bit. So obviously the pub that Friday night just gone was exactly what I needed from the friends that I had. And it was super supportive and it was busy. So that was really great. And then I had a couple of offerings that this weekend coming, people wanted to have a sneaky pre-birthday drink for me while I'm away. Sorry, for when I'm away. And I was thinking, I'm going to take up that offer. But what I know this because I go to this pub every freaking week, is it goes in ebbs and waves. So this week that we just had was the busy week. This next week coming, it's going to be dead as a doornail. 10 people max, I reckon. Surprised me, But yeah, I was like, yeah, I do love a wee celebration, even if it's not my birthday and I am just going on a wee holiday. But yeah, look, I will take you up on that Friday drink and come down for a little bit of a party, a little birthday tipple. But it is Mother's Day on Saturday and I am going to be picking up my mum from the airport, so I have to be somewhat coherent or she will clip me around the ear for being a little tart. I did invite her to the drinks on Friday, but yeah, she has to go to Christchurch for my unwell uncle, which I am happy that she is able to get away because, me and her and my brother have been in a little bubble for the past couple of days just because of all this shit. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, my mum's not going to surface anytime soon. She's actually just, going to keep being there and just kind of thinking that she has to, when in hindsight she doesn't. So, I'm just really happy that she's going to get away. Do you know what's absolutely crazy is that we're halfway through the season already. This is officially episode number 12, and I'm only doing 25 episodes because that makes it to the hundy. So yeah, this is like, I can't even believe that we're halfway through the season and it's kind of gone fast. There has been a lot to talk about, but I see myself on the other side of this holiday with just so much to share. And it's like this stuff's all been like local things and things that, have gone on in my life, and everyone's been so supportive of like weird happenings. But then the other side of when I get back and sharing all of that is going to be everything that happens. And I always say I'm way more fun in the second half of the year than I am in the first. So what I thought was really great this half is only going to get better in the second half. But I will definitely do an episode when I get back next Tuesday before I leave. And then I'm planning on taking a microphone with me to Thailand, but I think that'd be a little bit weird sitting on a hotel bed, and I don't think it will be weird, actually. I take that back. There's a few situations where I'm in these like really lovely hostel type environments, one of which is called, like, if you want to Google it, Savage Hotel in Koh Tao. Look it up. It's fucking lush. And I was thinking maybe like I could do an episode there, because I feel like there'd be people like laxing around the pool and they'd probably want to be on it or whatever. Like, I'm here on an adventure to make friends and just like see who's out in the world, you know? It makes me so happy to think I'm like actually in control of what, you know, is going to happen. And I get so happy thinking that I can just go with the flow and meet people, and if I want to stay out, I can stay out. If I want to eat that, I can eat that. If I want to do this, I can do that. It makes me so happy. I'm just so ready for this trip. It's unbelievable. I was only telling my neighbor on Friday that, like, with my 40th coming up, I have a plan as to what I want to do. I just don't have the friends that like that type of thing anyway. Like, I feel like my whole personality is like, this is what I really want to do, but I don't have the people in this type of area that would enjoy that. It's only, I say that because I'm pretty well traveled and I've got a lot of ideas and stuff and a lot of really cool, crazy out there opportunities that I'd love to do. But it's like if you had like a dinner party and people would bring boxes of alcohol to it. That's the Cromwell thing. That's not like anywhere else I've ever lived before. I would never even do that in Queenstown. So yeah, I just feel like there's a few things that would be wasted with the people that are here, because they wouldn't appreciate it because they're just a little bit like more chill in that sense. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, what if I want to have like a real luxurious 40th, or, you know, throw a big eclectic dinner party and have a waiter and have like really cool food that they present and stuff, and someone's got a fucking box of alcohol under the table, they're just kind of cracking a bourbon and Coke. No. So yeah, I'm interested to know, you know, if I was to make friends while I'm on my travels and stuff, and if they'd come to New Zealand for whatever reason. I was actually following a really cool chick on TikTok who was in Thailand, and then she actually came to New Zealand, and unfortunately, before I'd cottoned on to the fact that she was, you know, 3 months into traveling Thailand and she'd been to New Zealand, she was gone again. And I was like, my God. But now she's only just settling up her house in South Australia. So she's from the US. And I was thinking, oh my God, that would have been so cool to like go to her and be like, I've literally watched your shit for like 4 months and I'm so intrigued at all the things you've done in Thailand, and you came to New Zealand. She was in Queenstown. It would have been such a cool thing to meet her, and then now she's just in South Australia just living a normal life. So yeah, it's one of those situations. I'm not gonna be like posting like that kind of stuff. Like, she obviously was helping people with travel and things. It's more, I don't know, I'm just kind of like going with taking photos of things that are in front of me, as opposed to telling people about, oh, there's a cheaper or a quicker way to get here, there, and everywhere. Like, no, I haven't experienced that to be able to talk about it yet. But yeah, I am really just looking forward to meeting and seeing new things and reporting back when I come home. But in saying that, that's enough for me for this week. It's been a little bit of a weird episode. I do apologize. It's just my brain has been elsewhere with family stuff. I'm very much in between, like in a weird in-between phase right now. I'm wrapping things up, mostly the 75 medium, tying up loose ends, packages arriving for my bloody Thailand trip, and getting ready to step into something completely different. That's very exciting for me. A little bit overwhelming, but I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be with this whole thing. Oh, next time you hear from me, I will be almost leaving for China, which still feels so strange to say out loud. But anyway, as always, thank you for being here, listening to me, and for riding along with all the chaos that comes out of my mouth, the random life updates that nobody saw coming. And yeah, if you love this episode, don't forget to follow, share it with a friend, or chuck it on your story. It honestly means the world, because without you guys, God knows, it's like a whole nother dimension of like my friends' chaos. Anyway, I'll catch you next week for the last one before I go on my big solo adventure. Until then, bye for now.